7:46. Welcome back, everybody. Later on this morning, matter of fact, less than 2 hours from now, a new chief of police will be installed here in the nation's capital, and that man joins us this morning. He's currently the deputy chief, chief designate, officially.
That's right.
Charles Bordeleau. Congratulations, sir.
Good
for you.
Appreciate it.
Good for you. We were just talking in the break about how this has been, an interesting process in that. All four of the candidates, and certainly the two that it came down to, were all within the Ottawa Police Service when this whole process began, when Vern White announced he was leaving.
Yeah, no, it certainly sent a strong message to our membership that we can have a chief that comes within the ranks. And Chief White and the board did a great job in developing us to be ready to step into to this role.
Yeah. You feel you're ready?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been preparing for this role for a number of years now, and great responsibility, huge responsibility, but we've got great women and men in our police service, and this is a tremendous community. You're,
I think maybe one of the ones that put you ahead of the one of the things that put you ahead of the rest was your people skills and the fact that you've been out there in the community, and it seems, and Vern White really led the way in this area. It seems to me that that's part of the role, and a major part of the role here in the nation's capital.
Yeah, we have, there's no question that dealing with the community and listening to what their issues are and being engaged with the community is one of the prime roles of our police service. And as the chief of police, I'm committed to do that, and I've done that as a deputy chief.
Yeah.
But also internally, talking to our people, understanding what they're facing with as far as their challenges and what their issues are. There's those two audiences there, and you have to be there to listen to them and understand what their issues are.
A lot of people would say, Charles, that you have big shoes to fill, but I don't think that's your aim, is it, to fill Vern White's shoes? I mean, he's a different guy. He's different than you.
Well, first of all, he never wore shoes in the office.
True.
And but I've got my own shoes. I'm bringing my own shoes to the job, and
tough to do when you're following a guy like that, but right?
Well, no, it's and I've learned a long time ago never to compare chiefs.
Yeah.
And we are different individuals, and every chief brings a different thing to the job.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring my passion and my dedication to this community and to the men and women of this organization.
You've been around a long time, and you know how this place works, and you know a lot of the officers personally, if not all of them. And I think that's an important thing for a chief to have, right?
Yeah. 28 years in this police service. I was born and raised in this community, so I grew up with and in this community, so I know it very well. It's changed over the years dramatically, and it's a great opportunity.
What's the biggest challenge you think you face right now?
The biggest challenge, it's I think building community trust and engagement, and they're earning their respect is something that is a challenge for any police service, and I'm going forward to ensuring that we build that trust and that respect.
Are you rebuilding to a certain degree because of what's happened in the last couple of years, or are people past that?
I think there's still some residual effects of what took place over the past couple of years, but I'm confident that both myself and the men and women of this organization will work very hard at ensuring that we earn that trust, and that's something that's very fragile. That trust, we want to maintain that.
I suppose it is, because one incident kind of chopped at that trust and cut it down a little bit, and that's unfortunate because the Ottawa Police Service has done a lot of great things before, during, and after the Stacey Bonds case.
We have, and in my career, I've seen the extremes. Right when Eric was murdered. Support and that we've got from this community was just tremendous.
Yeah.
And then we have the Stacey Bond incident where it goes right to the polar extreme.
Yeah.
So
it's funny.
It can fluctuate.
And it's not just with when it comes to the police service, how a negative incident can impact an organization, right? Yeah, you're not alone in that. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the first order of business? I mean, you become chief of police at 9:30 officially, right?
Correct, yeah.
And I know it's a small ceremony this morning, but there'll be a bigger thing later. What do you do first? Like, what happens first?
Well, it all started on Friday at 3:30 after the press conference. The first thing I did is I went around our buildings and visited our people and talked to them and made sure they knew who their new chief of police was.
Right.
Over the weekend, I've answered hundreds of emails congratulating me, and I responded to each and every one of them.
Yeah.
Started my transition team, my planning. get sworn in at 9:30 and meet with our senior officers group. There's 40 members, sworn to civilian. Those are my senior commanders.
Right.
I meet with them at 1 o'clock and talk about the future.
Is the difference between deputy chief and chief a big difference in the role?
There is a difference.
Yeah.
You are the face of the organization, and you are the guy that's in charge. But I've got both right now, Deputy Chief Gilles Larochet and my Director General, Deborah Fraser.
Yeah.
Great part of our executive command team, and I'm looking forward to this.
Do you want a Works burger?
Do I want a Works burger?
Yeah, they're cooking 10 of the top Works burgers outside. You want to celebrate, with
Sure.
the Works burger?
Sure, a little too early, but why not?
Charles, congratulations again,
Thanks,
my friend. It's good to see you, and
Thank you.
I hope everything, the transition goes smoothly, and I know you're in for a good run as Ottawa's Chief of Police. Appreciate you dropping by.
Thank you very much, Kurt.
The Works burgers have been cooking for a while out there. There's good reason they're making the top 10 burgers. I'll explain. You'll be glad if you watch the next segment. Very glad, okay? We'll be right back.